Hey traders, I will take a few minutes just to do a refresher video. I do one of these every once in a while. So every day I do a lot of homework overnight and lay out the morning before the day starts. I send out and share, either in the chat room or via email, the lines for the day. And I share it for IWM, SPY, QQQ, and then the futures contracts, along with notes saying if there are levels that I need to pay attention to, which I need to pay attention. So today is 9/13 Monday. We came into Monday with a pop overnight, but sentiment super bad from last week. So today the day started pre-open up 20 points or whatever it was, and then I shared the write-up and I drew lines. And here's why I do it, because they actually help me foresee the action throughout the day. So let me walk you through the price action today. So 9:13 is, this candle is the start of it. This is a 1 hour candle. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, right? So the day opened up here, closed down here the first hour. So the first hour was horrendous, right? But look at where it failed. It failed where we thought there would be resistance even before the price action, because pre-open it was up here, but I knew that not to chase it at the open. So that's useful line number one. Don't chase it at the open. There's resistance. Let's see if they can take it out. That's what that line says. And then it fell into here. It got to the pivot zone that I had already. These are lines that were there before the day started. And then I had this weak point. This one has been there for a few days. So guess what the best news out of today's action is? That they closed the weak point. They filled this gap down here. So if the machines are looking for that as a weak point, they're done. They've seen it, they closed it, now they can move on. That doesn't mean that's a bottom. It just means that one less pain, one less reason to be negative, technically, right? So first hour pretty bad, hit the pivot point, they couldn't even hold it, they came down to the weak point, filled it, they have a support zone that extends from here to here. So actually the support zone extends down to 442. And if you saw my video, strategy video, now I'm lumping a couple of things, I had round numbers in the SPY, 436, 446. Remember those two? 436 was a breakout that I said will bring us $10 into 446, and those two were big levels. So guess where the close was today? 446.6. So they are pivoting around the numbers we've been tracking. So again, the point is, let me help you understand why I draw lines before the day starts. It's not because I want to show off drawing skills. It's just because the levels are there and they are meaningful to the machines. Therefore, they're self-fulfilling prophecies. It's not like I foresee the future. I don't know which way they're going to go, but I certainly know what they're going to do on what lines. So up here, they're going to face resistance next time they get here. They may fade one more time, come back and take it out if they want to do that. Down here, they're going to find support. They'll bounce off of it one time. If it fails, they're going to get to here. So I know when not to capitulate, when not to chase. I know not to chase up here. I know not to get out down here. I know if I buy anything here, I'm flipping a coin. I don't know which way it's going to go. See, these are lines that help me make decisions throughout the day. But that same concept extrapolates to a longer time frame. But the video is just to show you why these lines matter and why you should pay attention. And most importantly, why you should be looking into the email in the morning. And if you don't get the email, it's in the chat room. If you're not in the chat room, get in the chat room. It's very easy and very fun. Okay, so let's test something else. Let's see if this is true for the QQQ. And let's look at the lines I had. So this is 9:13. That's the morning candle. I drew a line saying we are already in resistance with more resistance on top and more resistance on top of that, but open air above that. So if I'm bearish through here and they get to here, I would get out of the way. They're gone, right? But that's 2-3 steps ahead. First step, morning. Don't chase the open. If I didn't chase the open, look what happened the first hour. Fell into mini support, didn't hold, fell into mini support level 2, held. They ping-ponged all day between these two levels that we had highlighted as important. And if you look backwards, this was a level that I deemed important, that if it fails, they're going to here, and look at where they ended up, somewhere in here. So the lines matter. And now tomorrow I will extend these, and I'll say if this is lost, they may get to here. And if they get to here, expect some sellers. So don't be chasing them into this line, but just line by line. Okay, let's take it into the IWM and see if that extends there. All right, 913 is here. So they weren't as exuberant. At least they didn't let go of the ghost so quickly. In fact, the IWM closed plus 0.6%. So it was a strong day for the IWM. Even the Qs closed flat, and they were pretty down in the middle of the day. So they ping-ponged all day between above support. They sliced through it in the first hour, but they quickly rejected it. So that, in the chat room, I said, let's take a cue from the IWM, because I said that before the week started. In my video, strategy video for this week, I specifically said I want to watch what the IWM does, the small caps. Sure enough, they caught a bid, and now they have a line which will be a catalyst tomorrow. 224 basically and above, I think they catch a buyer. There's going to be a resistance at 224 and change, so immediately. So it's going to be a pretty good battle. But the support held, and the support held. So the first one almost failed, the second one picked it up and ran. There are no coincidences. Look at this, and look at that. So that's why I draw these lines. I don't just pick them out of the blue, or where they look good. So you lose this area for whatever reason on headline or whatever. Now it looks like a head and shoulders, and we're going to here. So I will extend this tomorrow with a potential representation of what would happen if today's low is breached. In fact, I will do it right now. If today's low is breached, head and shoulder, 1 hour at least. So on the 1 hour candle is visible. Okay, so this is how I prep the day. Again, a few minutes in the morning gets me ready for the day, especially if I'm actively trading. So emails are not spam; they are useful information. And if you don't, if you can get that same stuff from the chat room, I just paste the information directly in there.